Yeah! Yeah! In the warehouse gym, we break the mold. We lift iron weights like they're made of gold. Nick and Will on the podcast vibe, talking about routines, yeah, feeling so alive. Sweat drips down as the baseline hits. Warehouse echo with the power of grit. Guys Knight podcast with the knowledge to share. Training tips, yeah, we're taking it there. Warehouse hustle, lifting higher. Iron clashing with hearts of fire. Nick and Will, they got the plan. Training like we Superman.
Oh, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the first edition of Workouts to the Warehouse on Guys Knight. Hopefully this audio is coming through okay. We're working on audio. Sharing with my boy Nick, who's on his phone right now. How we doing? Hey, anyway, we got something going on. You can't hear us. Yeah. Anyway, the idea of this is, guys are always looking for ways to get in the gym, not sure what direction to take. Some guys are looking for more than that. The idea is that, we kind of do a weekly show and bring people on board. We just got some ideas for the first show, so let's hear them out. Yeah, so one of the things I get a lot is like improper back training. And I've kind of been known for my back, my body over here. So I had four easy tips that we can pretty much add to any workout structure that will improve your back. So we're going to go over those. I'm going to call it 4 on 4, and we'll demonstrate it a little bit. But just a little note here. So we'll go over posture, form, intent, and intensity. Those are the 4 things we're going to focus on today. Just draw it back, get a little bit more out of our training. These could be either for a beginner or for somebody who's been at a gym for 10 years. Some of these can be applied across the board. So I want to be universal.
You talk about back, and obviously there's a ton of different grips, there's a ton of different ways that you can work out your back, whether you're putting the bars on your hands on the outside, or you're putting them on the inside, or you're doing underhand, or you're doing overhand. What do you think is the biggest misconception when it comes to working out your back that happens?
Well, I think one of the biggest, misconceptions with the back is, or it's not even a misconception, but just something that people leave out, is they don't do any underhand training to grow the width of the lat. You get guys real thick back, but no width to it, because they haven't done anything reverse grip, where they're really isolating that lower lat, which is usually a lagging body part for a lot of guys. So I'd say underhand pull down is definitely one that most guys miss out on. It's not a sexy lift. It's not a deadlift. It's not a real heavy row. It's more of a finesse exercise.
Let's talk about deadlifts for a little bit since you brought it up. Sure. Obviously, a lot of people get afraid of deadlifts because of injury and things like that. But it's really a core overall great body workout for your entire back and really your whole body, right?
Yeah, deadlifts are a key compound movement. I really like them. I think if you leave deadlift out or any type of deadlift variation out of your plan, then you're really selling yourself short a little bit. The key with deadlift is to master the form. Everybody sees all these strongmen and powerlifters, and they see these guys just move this massive amount of weight, and that's just not always the case for everybody. Like you need a deadlift with perfect form, and then you start adding the weights. The weights should be the last thing. But the key with deadlift is to keeping the bar close to your chins, staying underneath it, driving the floor down, and using it as a hinging movement where you're driving your hips forward. Remember, on a conventional deadlift, it's hamstrings and glutes, half back. So, a lot of guys just pull on their low back, and that's where they get hurt.
Cool. Now, for a guy who's just getting started, though, you're talking about technique, and you're talking about building it up for different things, and obviously, you're used to competition and stuff like that. But for the average guy, the guy that's okay, I just want to get into the gym. When you start with the back, obviously, would you say that's the core really of all your workouts, other than your legs? I'm sure.
Yeah, other than legs, it's the second most intense body part because it's the second biggest body part, right? and it's also going to be the second most calories that you burn in a workout. So if you think about it, even if your goal is to lose weight, train back, because the bigger the muscle is, the more calories you're going to need to exert to train it, the more fat you're going to burn. So an arm day, you're going to exert significantly less calories than on a leg day or a back day. So those are two big movements. And honestly, I've had back workouts that will ride on my leg days. Like guys like these, I've thrown up on back day. We've had some pretty intense back workouts. So once you really master the training and start to have that intensity portion of it, everything needs to fall in place.
Yeah, I can imagine. The best part about back workout too is working on a lot of other parts of your body at the same time. Don't you agree?
Sure. Yeah, you're going to get some good strength out of it. Your forearms, a little bit of bicep. So what I'm going to teach you guys today is going to help eliminate using biceps and more focus on your back. But if you think about it too, your back has a lot of pieces to it. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. You have your lats, your rhomboids, your rear delts, your traps are all part of your back. You have your lower back, lumbar. So there's a lot that goes into the back. That's your scapulohumerus. There's a lot that goes into the back. It's not just like one bicep and two tricep. You know what I mean? Where it's very easy to hit that.
So let's talk about some of your favorite back workouts. Obviously, we're going to get to the point where we kind of demonstrate a couple of those tricks and stuff. And guys, if you can like, comment, share, subscribe, ask questions, trying to grow this, not only for us, but we're the baddest gym in Northeast Ohio right now. If you haven't been to the warehouse gym in Medina, this place is off the chain. You hear the music bumping. Hopefully, you can hear us over it. Yeah, you got neon lights. You got the best lighting in any gym that I've been to. You don't have to put your Instagram photos here to make it happen. And you've got any and every machine. You haven't looked at our previous podcast where the owner, Craig, was on it. He's been running gyms for a long time. He's got 4 successful ones now. And he's big on building a gym that's built around community. I know he's got some plans to bring some additional things here, but some of his gyms got a pool table at one. The one in Worcester is about the size of a football field, from what I understand. Anything and everything that's on it. Yeah, 30,000 square foot. There's a ping pong table and a football table just hanging out, people playing in between, and it never feels crowded, which is really cool. They have a Hummer that's parked there randomly, it's massive buildings. And it's cool shit too. He's letting us do this right here in his own gym and kind of set this up. So thanks to Craig out there. We appreciate you, brother, and really appreciate the culture that you're building inside this gym already.
Yeah, Ashland and Ontario are 2 other locations too. They're both very good. And the cool thing about the gyms too that I like is that each have their own unique vibe. So, honestly, one of the most hardcore vibes is their smallest gym down in Ontario. And that gym is you just walk in there feeling like Brent Warren around. You're like, the music is so loud. It's not like a brand new building. Oh my God, I'm just moving this way. It's great. So I get amped up every time I get out there and train. Sometimes I just want intensity day, so I'll just go down there, make the drive.
Stay away from there. You don't know anybody. It's just in your zone while you're getting something done.
Yeah, it's really hardcore. But and I say that with an guy because even though some gyms are more hardcore, you'll find that the gym community is the more serious people are about the gym, the more welcoming they really are. It's not like some of these other gyms, I won't mention names, but my purple equipment and stuff. They don't really make you feel welcome. You're just there. It's like a high school cafeteria, Here, everybody's got different goals. We're all in different stages in our goals. Some people are here, they're stage 1 trying to lose 10 pounds. Other people are here trying to become a pro bodybuilder. So, whatever your goal is, you're welcome here to train it. And I know there's a lot of guys up here like me that just like helping people. We're always want to talk and help and teach. It's new human knowledge. We're passionate about it. Why not share it? It's really why we're doing this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And this isn't your average gym in the sense where all the equipment matches, it's all the same thing, and you're limited to what you can have in here. Just in the short time that I've been on Craig and Craig's asked, is there anything you think we're missing? Is there anything that you'd like to add?
They just updated the shoulder press.
Yeah,
they got a whole new set.
Yeah, a whole new set of diet for the next 2 weeks of opening because we didn't like the way the other ones were. Yeah, or whatever. That just shows the kind of owner that he is and the kind of gym that he's trying to run and the kind of community he's trying to build. So, once again, if you're in the Medina area, you're in the Ontario, Worcester area, make sure you at least check one out on one of his day passes. And you're trying to get back in shape, and you're trying to just figure things out for yourself. I haven't met anybody that's not willing to help anybody, and these gyms are a great place to get started. And like I said, the vibe in here is just awesome. Everybody just enjoys being here. I've seen people in here 2-3 times a day, 2-3 hours just hanging out. And now we got this awesome awesome couch to come sit on.
Yeah.
We might not be the first people to sit on it, but you know what?
I thought it was black. I think it might be blue.
Yeah, the further I lean back, the further I disappear. So. Go ahead, keep chatting on kind of what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to go ahead and get the live stream.
Cool. Yeah. Well, real quick before we get into, I was going to say with Craig Gyms too, like the last thing I'll mention is there's all kinds of walks of life. Whether you're a male, female, whether you're a competitor per se, whether you're an older guy, younger guy, it's like wide variety of people that come train here, which is really cool. But yeah, we're going to get into that today. If anybody has any questions or anything about exercise that we want to answer, put it in our comments, and we'll try to answer those the best that we can as we're going through. I know Will's like a computer guy, so we'll definitely try to check those, I think, as we go, see if we can't answer anything. And what else are we going to say? Yeah, we're just going to probably move over here to the, are we going to go fully mobile throughout the?
Oh, yeah, we're going to go fully mobile.
We might maybe showcase a couple of the cool back pieces that they have here, you know, while we're giving these tips. So there's some really unique pieces that I like. And I can show you guys exactly how to use them and what we want to do. So,
yeah, and while we go mobile, please, anything you want to address while we're here, we got a little echo, but that's about all I've seen recently in the comments.
Echo.
Need to get more guys out here. So if somebody's not watching, if you're like you like, share the stream. So yeah, we can move over to our stream. Why don't you take the camera and kind of set it up ahead of time where you want to set it up, and let me know when you're ready and move it over.
For sure.
So yeah, recently too, we've had a whole bunch of people in the community. I want to thank Dayhan showed up and did a live show with us the other night. I want to thank Kyle Perry who came on. He's been a long time warehouse fan and really kind of him and his crew are really starting to help grow the channel and kind of put us in a position to start succeeding and really starting to bring some life to the community. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do so on the 18th. We're going to have PH Performance, men's health and performance company. They're actually based right here out of the
Oh, you're all right.
we're also going to have the owner of this
We're just doing a
podcast that's out in Westlake, Ohio. Their owner's going to be joining us. We're actually currently in a conference. This is a biohacking conference in Las Vegas. So if you're familiar with Gary Brecker and these different guys that really focus on men's health using a lot of different techniques, a real holistic approach. Make sure if you tune in next week, that's going to be on the 18th, so it'll probably air on YouTube and then Spotify on the 19th and 20th. And we've got another episode coming up where we're gonna do some real estate with a real estate agent on it, as well as a mortgage broker and some other people just to get some information out there for men who are trying to either buy their first home or want to get into something a little bit further. David, who's usually with us on the podcast, is going to be joining us as well. And if you're not familiar, he's a real estate agent here in the Medina area. So we're excited about some stuff that we've got going on. Nick, you ready to go, my guy? Yeah. All right. We're going to switch the camera over to that one right there, and we're going to go ahead and go from there.
all righty.
We already got somebody working out. It's not
Probably a lot of stuff to do in
videos.
It's all right.
Yeah.
First off,
Hopefully this is coming in okay. They should still be able to hear you all right.
yeah. Is everybody here okay? It says Mike.
That's a mic, I think.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Does that say we're not on? That mic, the red one, or no?
Yeah, the mic on there is muted, but your mic,
Gotcha. Cool. All right, we're here. All right. So before I get into the tips, first thing I would do is talk about these grips too. So a lot of times, your back's a big muscle and your hands and your forearms are not strong enough to move the weight that you're trying to move. So you might need to use wrist wraps, okay? And most of you probably seen wrist wraps before. If you haven't, there's a ton of different variations. These are actually called Cobra grips. These are the ones I like the best. They make Versa grips. They're very similar. They use the old-fashioned cloth wrist wraps. And basically, wrist wraps, I should say, wrist wrap and wrist wrap are two different things. But basically, what we're going to do is you put your hand through it, All right, and then you take the wrist strap, and then put it through. That way, it alleviates the pressure from your grip and allows you to put it all on your back. So that's going to help a lot of people. I use training them always on back day. I don't really care much about my grip strength because I'm not a powerlifter, I'm a bodybuilder. So I want as much of that tension to be on my back as possible. So this is just a little bonus. I would highly recommend. I'm not going to load the weight up too bad today, just because I trained back earlier this week. Maybe we'll do one working set just for fun. But so once we get to all that checks. But first thing I'm going to talk about is posture. Okay, so when you get into any back movement, I don't care if it's a lat pull down, if it's this is going to be a seated row. You want to be good posture. Okay, so what does that mean? A lot of times I see guys staying back and they're hunched over like this, and they're pulling, right? And you get a lot of bicep in that stance. So you're gonna want big proud chest. Put your chest forward, okay? And then when you go to get into a movement, keep that chest up, proud, and then you're ready to start that movement. So
on this one, you've got your wrist on the inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is this a machine when you're doing a pull like this? Are you always focused on that inside, or is this one you can also do an outside grip? Is this one you can do an underarm grip? That's also obviously it's a machine you don't see every day. Also,
yeah, this is one I picked because it's unique. So I wanted to kind of showcase some of the unique stuff that the warehouse has. But it's very similar to if you were to get on the cable machine back here and you do a seated cable row, same type of thing. So this is the resistance is different because it's on a plate. It's a plate-loaded pendulum swing. So I don't know if you can see it in the front, but it comes up. The higher it gets, the less tension is going to be on your back. So the bulk of the weight that you're pulling is in the bottom of the rack. It gets a little bit easier on the top. I'll tell you why I like this, and it kind of is a spoiler a little bit till later, one of the other tips, but it's because it allows me to keep a good control at the top of the rack. Because once you start going heavy, you'll start to fail, right? And you won't be able to get that full range of motion anymore. So with this, it allows you to keep that full range of motion as you're getting just slightly lighter at the top. So it'll allow you to go a little bit farther past failure than maybe just a seated cable row would. So yeah, but posture is number one. The next thing I'm going to talk about is elbows and angles. So elbows and angles. What do I mean by that? The angle at which you're pulling is going to tell you what part of the back you're training. So if you're pulling low, you're going to do a low row. If you're pulling mid, you're going to hit the last scap, a lot of rhomboids. If you pull high, you're going to hit the last. So you want to pay attention to the angle that you're pulling, and that's going to tell you what muscle you're trying to train. Okay? Elbows. Elbows are key when it comes to back. Most guys I see, they'll do a back set of whatever exercise. They'll tell me, oh, I feel it in my biceps. My biceps hurt. My biceps is sore. That's because they're pulling from their wrists. When you get into a movement, you want to think, drive your elbows back. Come down, drive your elbows back.
So Nick, I'm going to move this camera a little bit. And like, tell you what, since you've got all the information, why don't you allow me to show the exercise? You kind of point out what I'm doing wrong if I'm a new guy. Yeah. And also what part of my back I'm working when I do different things. Perfect. Right? So I was always under the impression this takes away from your strength on your back, but it allows you to do a little bit more when you put your feet up and give yourself some leverage, right?
Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of leverage. I wouldn't say necessarily takes away strength necessarily. You're just not able to use any body weight to pull. You know what I mean? So,
all right, so how do you want me to do this first? You want me to keep you saying it's all about elbows. Just posture up.
Yep. Elbows forward. Drive your elbows back. So pull your elbows back. Chest up. Keep that chest up. There we go. Proud chest. Back down forward. Drive back. So you pull with the elbows. Right. You get a lot more back engagement.
So what part of my back am I working out when I keep my arms kind of level with my chest?
Yeah, this is going to hit mostly rhomboids. You hit a little bit of rear delt and your scalp. That's going to be nice, easy weight distribution across the mid back, I would say.
So would you say that this is kind of, I don't know, like an exercise that really everybody kind of can do, and it really affects you in everyday life, right? Like you're always going to be kind of pulling or anything like that.
Yeah,
and it's kind of a benefit for that.
Yeah. You know, back is like I need to move a couch muscle. You know what I mean? Like that's your back. I need to move a couch. Right. So that's where it's really going to be beneficial. It does. You do a lot of your everyday tasks. So yeah, and now with that being said, once we master the form,
Right.
we want to master intensity.
Okay.
So as we start to progress, we're gonna do what we call overload.
Okay.
You know, we'll add some weight on there.
Now it's gonna make me fail in front of.
Now, when you add weight, you're not adding weight just to move it from point A to point B. We want to have purpose in our training, right? So intensity, we want to make sure that we're pulling from point A to point B with the same form, just more weight. So control it all the way through.
So intensity is not about doing it faster or even doing more reps, no, doing more weight and keeping that control
Control the whole time.
Yeah, we're doing chest up again, chest up, just driving back.
Drive back. Yeah. Shake your legs out just a little bit.
All right.
There we go. Let me get a little bit farther range
A
of
little
motion.
more motion. All right, makes sense.
Drive. Good.
I see what you're saying with this machine where it gets easier, that last little bit. Yeah. It kind of gives you that spot where you're like, all right, I made it over the hill.
Yep. So now we're adding weight. We're focusing on control, contraction, right? To start to get hard here pretty soon.
And then obviously breathing is important too. Are you recommending we're breathing like we're letting out at the top or we're letting out at the bottom?
When I breathe, when I say it's in through the nose and out through the mouth. I take breathing a lot like I steal that a lot from powerlifters. They have very efficient breathing, right? So you breathe in through the nose, hold your breath, drive out through the mouth. These are driving. So and then back up at the top of the rep, back into the nose, out through the mouth.
All right.
That was pretty light. Let's go.
This is where you make me fail on lots.
This is where we're gonna fail. We're gonna have fun with it. Make Will peak today. That's the goal.
Oh God! Not the first time I heard that.
Yeah.
Listen.
So this time, when you pull it up, I want 1 second hold at the back.
All right.
And then back down. Ready? Right. 1, back down. Control. Stretch. Go again. There we go. Back down. Good.
You know, it's harder when you get more weight too. You have to really be cautious on that form so you don't start to hunch over.
And that's what you want to fight. Once you have the weight, you want to fight to keep the form. Don't fight to move the weight. Fight to keep the form. Right. Chest up. Squeeze. Good. Back down. Right here. Good. Down.
All right. Now you got me whooped here for a minute.
Yeah. That's good. That's a failure.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty. I mean, I could have maybe done 1 or 2 more, but that's. I mean, when you start packing on that weight, so do I want to start at lower weight and then work my way up, or is there time that when I want to work my way at like a higher weight and work my way down with more reps?
So how I structure all my training is I do what I call a feeler set. So we just did 1 plate, we did a few reps, we did 2 plates, we did a few reps. In your mind, you should have if you have a structured workout, you're maybe aiming for like let's say 8 to 10 hard, right? So as we go up in weight, we'll be able to say, okay, we're warming up, we're this weight is hard. Yeah, I could do that for 8. Okay, I'm gonna roll with this or whatever. But those feeler sets are your warm-up sets essentially. They still count and still do something. You're just not training to failure.
Sure.
And you don't want to go like super hard to train to failure in those either. The other thing that's nice when you have a feeler set is that it's gonna prime that muscle and get everything firing. If you go into something cold, a lot of times you start to hinge, especially a compound movement like squats, deadlifts, bench press even. You go into that cold and you just load your max up there, you're going to use all type of leverage to push that weight up. That's what the body's meant to do. If the body doesn't know, oh, we only want to train back today, it knows we have to pick this weight up, move it from point A to point B. So we have to relearn how to move, basically.
We pick things up, we put things down.
That's it. Yeah, that's what God created us to do. So we got to kind of retool that in our brain. Hey, how can I isolate the muscle that I'm intending to train? That was another one of my points. It's intent. So we've done posture, we've done form, intent, and intensity. Those are the 4 things I wanted to go over.
Arms and angle, elbows and angle.
Elbows and angle. So
Mid intensity was just now. And then intent. When you say what do you mean by intent?
What are we intending to train? What part of the back are we trying to hit? And what muscle in general? If you're a new person, am I just trying to hit back? You know what I mean? And that will help us
you know, sometimes, like I said, guys will feel the biceps, and this is a bicep exercise. You're going to use a little bicep because of compound movement.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it, especially like towards the front of your biceps, not necessarily in the peak or anything like that, but
Yeah,
you can feel it.
but you learn to not engage the bicep and only engage the back. And that's the more that you do it, the more you learn that, the easier that becomes, the less bicep you'll work on back day.
So let's talk about something else, and I'm going to go back and check to see if there's any comments or anything coming in. But one of the misconceptions that you made me understand the other day too, for those people that are starting out and getting into things new, you know, you don't want to look like Nick and be the biggest dude in the room, but you know, you want to be in great shape. Is it about reps? Is that the thing? Like, if I do lighter weight and more reps, is that doing me any more favors than if I do less reps and heavier weight? Does that make a difference in the kind of muscle that I'm building, the kind of size, definition, or any of that I'm trying to get?
So the community of bodybuilding is a little bit, I wouldn't say split, but there's like the bro science community and the science community. The science community will definitely tell you that there's, the body doesn't know the difference between failure at 5 reps and failure at 50 reps. As long as you get the failure, you reach failure, and that's maximum hypertrophy, right? Now, I would say that the like lower rep sets will build a little bit more density, but they're not gonna make you grow any faster.
Now, will you build more strength if you are going up in weight and doing lower reps? Is that if I'm trying to just get stronger?
Yeah, well, it will make you stronger in the aspect of you're picking up the heavier weight, so your body's getting used to training with heavier weight. That's why when you see powerlifters, they'll do 8 rep sets, 5 rep sets, 3 rep sets, 1 rep maxes, those types of things. They don't really go much over 6, 7, 8 reps because they want to be more comfortable holding that heavy weight. For bodybuilders, we don't really care how much weight we hold. We just want to make sure that we're training for hypertrophy. And the other thing too, big difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding is powerlifters use their body mechanical mechanisms to benefit them. That's why, like on a bench press, they don't care if they use a little bit of legs and back to throw that bench press up, because they just have to move the weight from point A to point B. By bodybuilders, we worry more about execution. So if you want to be strong, you train like a powerlifter. If you want to look good, you train like a bodybuilder. So you got to structure your training based on your goals for your physique. So you can even say intent on exercise or intent on your training. When you structure your training to fit your goals.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So I'd love to start showing some people some other stuff. But what I like to do first is, why don't we go ahead and let's go check the questions and see what we got going on.
Let's do it.
Hopefully you guys are liking the content so far. Let's give you a kind of tour of this place. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? But yeah, we'd like to grow this channel and grow this personally. So trying to really offer kind of more opportunities. So really what you guys want to see, right? We're going to check see if there's any questions. I got a hell yeah from Nick.
All right.
But no questions yet, which is interesting. I thought we'd see some stuff come in. I thought we'd see some of the challenge, maybe some of the thought process.
It's okay.
Yeah, but you know what? At least we figured out that we were able to get this done. We were actually able to do this. So that's a win.
Yeah.
And we'll have to take a look and check back and see how it comes through. Hopefully on your guys' end, you guys are getting some good video and maybe some decent sound quality. As you can hear, it is ripping in here right now.
Yeah, we can maybe try to headphone this up the next time.
Yeah, it'll help us just be able to hear what's going on. At least when we're sitting over here. And then if you guys are watching this, if you guys are hearing this, if you guys catch this even a day, 2 days later, we're going to try these once a week. Next week, it'll most likely have to be on a Thursday. But we're open to hearing some ideas. What do you guys want to hear kind of rock that bring in? We'd like to have some other people. So if you're working at the warehouse gym, you'd like to be part of the show. I'm sure Nick and I both like to have somebody else go ahead and get some of their routine in and show them a little bit. If you're new, great time to show up and check it out for yourself. So
yeah, I can talk to a couple local people that are coaches and things like that that would have maybe a different perspective, like a powerlifting coach to come in or a strongman coach to come in to teach some of their principles.
It really depends on what the audience wants to hear. If you're awesome enough to log in and at least hear this part of it, like that's a great start. Like I said, you're just new, want to start working out. You play football here in Medina or something like that. And you just want to, come out and be part of the show. And we'd love to have you guys. So I don't have anything else. You have anything else?
No, I mean, that's pretty much a basic tip for that.
So let's read those again. What are the 4 more? 4 and 4. So this is really go for any exercise.
Yeah, right. You can really apply this to 99% of the stuff. Just the variable will be different. So your posture is number one. Your posture is going to be a little bit different on a back movement than on a leg movement. You know, similar but different. So posture number one. The elbows and angles, which is your form. Number two. Number three. Intent. What muscle are you intending to work? And then intensity. You know, how can I push myself to go a little bit extra, get a little bit more? We could do, and we could go too depth in that, which we could do maybe next time or whatever. But the intensity could be a whole episode on its own. So there's a ton of different intensity strategies. You could do rest pauses, widow makers, drop sets, negatives. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do to help build intensity.
You know, that might be a great episode next time. Is we just talk on the different kinds of routines that you can build regardless of what you're working out and what the benefit is. Because, you know, drop sets is not something that I've ever really done. But and obviously, was it super set?
Yep.
These are things that terms that you hear in the gym. I've been going to the gym for a while, but obviously these are things that are different from me just going to work out and getting a little bit of better shape.
Well, and sometimes I forget too, because I've been doing this for so long. Like, what's common knowledge to me is common knowledge to everybody, you know? So going over some of the basics is probably very beneficial for a lot of the guys that are just starting out, just get in there. And it's actually a good refresher for like when we, for some of the guys that have been here before and doing it for a while. I remember even like when I was younger, I worked out all the time, but every once in a while I log into the old muscle tech. I'm gonna date myself a little bit. The old muscle tech videos where Ronnie Coleman and Branch Warren and Johnny Jackson were saying, and they would give you these like basic tips: how to do a bench press, how to do a squat, how to do a deadlift. And it's funny, but there was always something I forgot. You know, oh man, I'm sorry, I forgot to like lock my feet down and really get that spring going into your legs. I forgot to keep a good posture, keep my chest up. Okay, cool. So some of those basics, even the most seasoned veterans could benefit from a little reminder.
You get caught into a routine, right? Like you just do the same thing every day. You feel confident, you're seeing growth, and then it's just like any other job, whether it's in sales or as management or whatever that you do on a daily basis. Like sometimes you just gotta go back to the basics and start shooting free throws and making layups again to remember what the key focus was. So. I think that's a great episode. I think next time we'll kind of bring out, and let's see some comments or something that come up later that you guys want us to kind of bring out. But yeah, next time we can focus on the different type of routines and sets that you can do and see where it goes. Maybe we'll get one of these guys in here to go to failure.
Yeah, well, here's the thing too. Is like one tool you can use to judge yourself is record yourself when you're training. And you're doing a lat pull down or whatever exercise you're doing, set your little camera up and record it. And then watch it back. Take a look. Say, okay, was my posture good? Where are my elbows going? What muscle am I seeming to use? Am I pulling from my elbows or my wrists? Am I feeling my biceps? I look like I'm protecting my biceps. Did I get a failure? Like, is my intensity there? Did I get every last rep I could have got out of that? And then so you can evaluate or audit yourself. I have all my clients send me videos of their training, and I go through and I say, okay, fix this on your form. Hey man, we could have got 3 more reps on this. Whatever it takes, to get that next level. Or your basic, newbie in the gym. Hey, let's just get good, correct, safe form to get through your next stuff. So don't be afraid to pull your phone out, tripod out, whatever. Record your work and then watch it back. You'll see a lot of times you'll pick apart your own stuff. But even myself, I'll record myself. I send it to my coach. My coach will critique me. It's so funny too, because sometimes I'll have like these workouts where I feel like I'm so proud of it. I send it to him and I'm like, that's so hard. For sure. I like the criticism. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I had one yesterday where I was doing it was a chest press. If you won't go too deep, but my elbows, it was a closer chest press on the machine. My elbows were down, and I come up. Man, I felt it. My chest was sore. Whatever. He's like, elbows and armpits. I'm like, oh shit, you're right. I could have got more out of it. So it doesn't matter if it's your first day or you've been here 10 years. You always can get better.
Real quick, we did have a question come in from Jack. Jack, appreciate you, dude. You are now officially a friend of the show. He asked about improving his grip strength. His barbell starting to slip on in 235. Do you have what you showed earlier so that he can at least see it in case you missed that part?
Yeah, so this isn't really going to improve grip strength, but it will help. So these are
and you can use any wrist if you're trying to isolate. If you want your actual grip strength to go up, you're gonna want to actually train your forearms. So, but before I get in, we'll just talk about these again one more time. It's cold. I use the cold grips. They make versus grips, they make just regular wrist. And you basically put it on your wrist, wrap it around the bar, make sure you wrap it this way, not this way. So that way it takes the pressure off of your grip, and you can isolate with what you want to train. But if your goal is to be a powerlifter and you can't use reps, or you just want to be strong off the floor with good grip strength, then I would recommend programming some designated forearm exercises into your routine. So forearm curls, you go get one of those little grippers, like your whatever. Those work, bro. Get one of those grippers, put in your car, do 10 and 10 every time you get to a red light or something like that. That's a good way to do it.
Well, the other thing too is, I mean, it's nothing like, when you're 235 and you're struggling, you want to go up and weight, and you can't because of death grip. That's a great way for you to realize, like, I need to train a little bit harder. You see guys in the gym wearing gloves. You see guys in the gym using wrist wraps when they press start out. Yeah. And then you start to get stronger without getting that grip strength, right? So, chalk, I would recommend. If you're not using chalk, I mean, chalk will add 4 times to my deadlift every time. If not more. Like, it's crazy how much better your grip is when you just put some dust on there. I usually carry a resin bag. It comes in a little bag. I can throw it in my gym bag, so I can grab it out, dust up real quick. And I mean, that makes a significant difference right off the start, so that grip strength will grow along with your deadlift and everything else that you're doing. Would you agree?
Yeah, and a lot of the other things too that you can do, chalk is great, and you can do chalk along with other things too, like strengthening your grip, along with so compounds together if you really want to get that strong grip strength. The other thing a lot of powerlifters will do is they do this like knuckle lock with their finger. So they're basically like locking their thumb and their index finger. I'm not very well versed in this, so I'm trying to explain it. It's wrong. If you Google like deadlift lock grip or like finger lock, it'll come up on, and you can watch a YouTube video on how to do it or whatever. Like I was a little bit more well versed. I tell you how to do it. I just do the straps, so I don't really care too much about my grip strength.
The other thing too, depending on what he's doing, is he using? I mean, when you deadlift, use an alternated grip. Would you agree?
Okay, so yeah, this question. Yeah, that's a great question. And I'm actually the person to ask that. Sorry. Okay, so
let's talk about the different grips when you're deadlifting.
Yeah, so we have an over and then an over under. Now, if you look very closely, you might not be able to see the camera, but I have a torn bicep on my right and my left forearm. Well, bicep, but they go into the forearm to fix it. Anyway, the right one was what I got because I was doing under over grip.
Really?
Yeah, so I came up off the deadlift, they put a lot of training in bicep. I was doing 585 pounds. I pulled it, but then it snapped right off the ball.
So insane.
Be careful doing under over, especially heavyweight. If you are, if you're not going to be a powerlifter and you're not competing, I would much rather you see an over grip because it's much safer and use wrist wraps. And I actually didn't even think of telling people about that because I just never ever do under over.
I only do under over. I've never had that issue or felt that pain, but I mean, it's good to think about so that when you do start getting up there, he asked, where did you get those and what was the brand of those? Real quick, before you go into those specifically, what made you choose leather over like you see the other ones that are out there? Well, are there differences?
I'm Brucey. I always get the quality products, right? So these ones are actually like the special edition ones. They're like the most expensive ones. I think they're like $80 or $100. But you can actually get, they have some like 20 or 30 bucks, I think. They're called, these ones are called Cobra grips. You should jump out of here. So I like these better than the Versa just because of the way they're cut out. Versa are going to make the same thing except it's more of a straight leather, or they also make rubber ones who like the rubber better. I always like leather. When I used, before I had these, I used leather wrist wraps and a wrist wrap, and this like reminded me more of those, and so it was more comfortable with me.
Does it still, you think it lasts longer or stronger versus leather versus something that can stretch or anything like that? Or is it not really most wrist wraps though?
I mean, honestly, I think both are good. I mean, I have both. I usually use them before I wear them out either. So, I had one that I picked an arm about and did a front double. Yeah, it was cool. And then I think those got someone, bro.
You see the other ones too, where like, you twist your wrist to wrap the inside, and they also have the ones that kind of have like a built-in hook. Do you recommend those? Do you think those are any better? Do you think it's a difference?
I personally don't like the hook because it's like almost painful on your hand. Like pressing against my hand, it's hard for me to get a good grip with it that way. And like it has to be perfect for the bar. Sometimes bars are a little bit different sizes, one or another. So if it doesn't hook on the bar perfect, it can be kind of tricky. So I'm not a big fan of the hook. The other, the ones that are just the normal canvas wraps that you see for the 70s, those are great. Those are just as good as these. The only downside to them is it takes a little longer to set up. These I can just slide on, twist them like a motorcycle, and go. So that's why I like these. But the straps are just as good. So figure out like the straps are nice and cheap. They're like $10.
Yeah.
So you can go get a pair and just try them out.
If you want the Cobra grip, where does he go for the Cobra?
Their own like websites. You can literally buy them on Amazon, like Cobra Grip on Amazon, but you type in Google, Cobra Grips, they just pop right up. It's like a little, Cobra snake logo. Mine's not faded, otherwise I could show it. Yeah, these are like the high-end ones. When I bought these, it came in like this really cool, like leather, like case. And like I use it for like a travel case now, or whatever, my toothbrush, but it's huge. It's like super nice, really well made. Yeah, I don't know. I just always have called this brand. The other thing too, is I like this little padding at the bottom, and it just seems like when I twist it to wrap up, it kind of locks in real nice against the bar. Some of the other ones don't have that, so it just doesn't, hold as well.
Well, I posted a comment in the chat. Hopefully the link comes through for the Cobra Grips on Amazon. We're not sponsored by them right now, but we will hashtag it. It's definitely a code that we can laugh at.
That's the cool thing about what we're doing too. Like we're not talking about any of the stuff that we're selling. So like we just basically do it out of the, because we love it. So we give you a recommendation or whatever. We're not trying to make money on it, whatever. We're just,
Yeah, just what we use.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to send a product for us to try out, we're happy to do that too.
Yeah. We'll give you an honest review.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But if there's somebody local, you got a brand, you got something you want to share. The idea of Guys Knight is also about, celebrating the guys in this community, coming together, helping each other out. If you want to be part of the show, just email us, support@guysnight, night spelled with a K.com, or stop to the Medina warehouse on a Tuesday or Wednesday night at 6:30 and see me here with my Nick here, all right?
Yeah, it'd be great.
All right, guys. Hey, you guys all have a great evening. Thanks so much. And Jack, thanks for the questions, brother.
Cool.
Yeah! In the warehouse gym, we break the mold. We lift iron weights like they're made of gold. Nick and Will on the podcast vibe, talking about routines, yeah, feeling so alive. Sweat drips down as the bass line hits. Warehouse